How many here are parents? Parents. Okay, quite a number. What would you do if you have a 4-year-old child and they ask you to take them up a mountain, to climb a mountain? Laugh nervously, thinking that they can't really know what they're talking about, or stare wide-eyed and ask them, a mountain? Are you sure? I have a 4-year-old son. His name is Cairo. And this April holidays, he asked me that exact question. Daddy, I want to climb a mountain. And I did what many parents do in such a situation. I was not ready to see my son climb a mountain. So I postponed. I told him, maybe when you get a bit older. But there's something most of us lose when we get older that children do not lose. And that's persistence. That boy was persistent. And he kept asking me every day, Daddy, today, am I older? Can I go climb a mountain? And finally, I guess I have a sweet spot, and he just hit that spot. So the last weekend of this holiday, that would be this past weekend, I acquiesced. I said, okay, why not? Let's try it. Let's go up the mountain. The only mountain I was familiar with was Mount Longonot. And I had seen some children, I'm not sure how old, but I had seen some kids up that mountain. So I said, okay, we'll try that. And on Monday morning, my wife, Cairo, and his 6-year-old cousin got into the car and headed to Mount Longonot National Park. Now, I say it as if it was an easy decision. But the reality is, the night before, I hardly slept a wink. I kept thinking, maybe I should just tell him, it's raining or something is happening, or we'll try it another day. And I kept tossing and turning, thinking, what if Cairo falls down and hurts himself? What if we're attacked by wild animals? What if it rains and we get stuck at the top of a mountain? But the boy was so enthusiastic that I did not have the heart to let him down. So we went to Mount Longonot, and when I was paying the fees at the gate, the warden gave me some comfort. He told me, yeah, I've seen kids his age climb the mountain. It will be okay, go on. And soon we took one step in front of the other, and I saw us getting higher and higher, and I started getting into the hang of it. I was like, this is not too bad. We can do this, we can get up the mountain. Then the dark clouds started gathering. And the exact thing I had feared happened. It started raining. Luckily, we were near a shed, so we all rushed inside. But the rain did not let up. It kept getting heavier and heavier. And more hikers kept coming into the shed, and soon we were also squeezed inside a very small shed. Those who've gone to Longonot know this place. It's at about the halfway point. And it's easy to wish away your fears and your doubts when you're seeing yourself making progress. But the minute you're standing there in the shed, it's cold, it's wet. Other hikers are coming in and looking at you like, what an irresponsible parent. You start thinking, what did I get my family into? Here we are, stuck in the rain on a mountain. We can't go down, we can't go up, and I have 2 kids. What am I going to do with them? But Cairo seemed so enthusiastic that I said, let me just find out how he feels. And I asked him, what do you think? Should we go up the mountain or just go back home? What do you think he said? Oh, kids. He said, let's go up the mountain. And it's like the heavens heard him, because soon the rain let up. And he just dashed out. There was still a bit of drizzle, but he dashed out, and his little legs were carrying him up the mountain. And I was huffing and puffing behind him. He was so enthusiastic about what he was going to do. In fact, he came up with a song. I'm not a very good singer, but let me try. I'm going up the mountain. Nothing will stop me. Not the lions, not the rain, and certainly not Daddy. And it was amazing to watch him go up the mountain. And that last bit took a very short time. And you know what? We made it to the top. I've been in many classrooms and many schools. But on Monday, I learned one of the greatest lessons from that 4-year-old. Looking at this picture, I realize how in my life, many times I'm the one who places obstacles in front of the things that I can achieve, the things that I can do. I get an idea and then I'm like, no, that's ridiculous, that can't be done. Or even worse, I postpone it and say, I'll do it at another day. When I have more time, when I have more money, when I've achieved something more. Have you done that in your life? Postponed climbing that mountain, conquering that idea, taking that step to achieve something that you truly love and desire to do. I had an idea like this about 16 years ago. It's the first time I rode a motorcycle, and it was exhilarating. I was a teenager, but my dad's friend had a big 250cc motorcycle, and I got on it. And after a 5-minute instruction, which is probably the same length most of boda drivers get, I got onto the bike and took off. And it was an amazing thing to have the wind in your face. Even that bit of wobble gives you some adrenaline. And I purposed that one day I would own my own motorcycle. And 8 years ago, I did buy one. And this is where I made a mistake, because I told my mom. What? A motorcycle? No. And she went on and gave me a story about how a friend of hers had a motorcycle and got into an accident, and it was a terrible thing. And I thought, you know what, maybe I'm not yet ready. So I put the motorcycle away. 8 years ago. That motorcycle, I've replaced the battery, I think 3 times. I have serviced it so many times, and it's hardly ever moved. Until Monday, when I saw Cairo do what he did, I said I'm not going to wait any longer. And I signed up at Rocky Driving School. And in fact, I'm taking my test in 2 weeks. So wish me well. Because this is something that we often do. Place obstacles in front of ourselves. Muhammad Ali, arguably one of the greatest boxers who ever lived, said it's not the mountains to climb ahead that will wear you out. It's the pebble in your shoe. That pebble, that distraction, those obstacles that you keep placing in front of yourself, all those what ifs, could have beens, never gonna be's that you put, those pebbles are what are preventing you and I from climbing and conquering our mountains. So you need to take that pebble out. And if you said you're a parent, and even if you're not, if you have a niece, a nephew, or even a young friend, you can learn a lot from these kids. And soon maybe you will have your own song. Nothing can stop you. Not the lions, not the rain, and certainly not yourself.